We're joined by Dr. Bade Ojo, a political scientist from the University of Ilorin, live from Ibadan, your state, to speak on the emergence of Atiku Abubakar as the presidential candidate of PDP. Many thanks for joining us, Doctor, on the news.
Thank you very much.
And what's your view on the emergence of Atiku's, presidential aspirants and ambition as the candidate of the party of PDP? What's your view in view of the initial zoning arrangement?
Atiku is a familiar face in the political scene of Nigeria, and his emergence is very much likely to disrupt the power sharing, informal power sharing arrangement in terms of zoning between the North and the South. If APC so feed another candidate from the South with Atiku, the North, majority of the Northerners are likely, very much likely, to vote for Atiku. My expectation as a political scientist is that major political parties will behave like they did in 1999 when it was between Olufalaye and Obasanjo. But now with Atiku as the flag bearer of PDP from the North, the power sharing arrangement, informal power sharing, has been disrupted. And all things being equal, if power should shift again to the North, that is going to be 16 consecutive years after Buhari. So it is not good for national integration, and it is not good for Nigeria's federal arrangement. But we wait and see who is going to emerge in APC and the strength of that candidate, whether the person can match Atiku or not.
Okay, I see you talk about the informal power steering of the country's polity, but what do you think is the chance of the South presenting the next president with the emergence of Atiku?
You see, with the emergence of Atiku and the North producing the next president, it will not augur well for Nigeria's effort at national integration. Power who have been domiciled in the North for 16 solid years. Other zones of the country, they are likely to feel marginalized, most especially the southeastern part of the country. The Southwest haven't produced, may not feel much slighted, but the Southeast will feel much slighted. That power is domiciled in the North for 16 consecutive years, and they are being completely marginalized. So PDP ought to have respect, in a way, the informal power sharing arrangement. Informal in the sense that the federal cover the presidency. Other positions, political and bureaucratic positions, were taken care of by 1999 Constitution as amended. But the presidency was not taken care of by federal character principle. So the North is much domineering, and it is not good for national integration.
All right, you have your point there, but just as we shift our focus from the 2023 election matters, let's talk security a little bit. Kidnapping in Nigeria is getting out of hand, especially with the abduction of the prelate. Do you think the government is doing enough in addressing the issue of kidnapping, of which we've seen in recent times in the country?
On the issue of kidnapping, Nigeria is not finding it easy, and federal government is not doing much. Federal government is not likely to win the war. Let me say that clearly, because the socio-economic structure of Nigeria as a country is not favorable to winning the war of terror and banditry. And the primary reason is not because we don't have the soldiers, not because we don't have the police, but simply because since 1960 that we got independence, the federal government had been budgeting. The level of corruption, prison corruption, has been making it extremely difficult for federal government to win the terror war. We have been budgeting money for security, the military, the police, the SSS, and some blokes somewhere have been stealing that money. And in society, where technological development is at its lowest ebb, there is no way by which you can win terror war. In the US, in the UK, in France, in Canada, it can never happen because when you abduct some people and they are still within that country, they will go to the space. The whole country is in the space. In Nigeria, where I am talking now, you may not be able to discover where I am forever. So a situation whereby there is no technology to put the whole country in the space, to be able to mount surveillance in our wilderness, to know where people are kept, it is very difficult. So the military, the SSS and all that, they need to go for technology to fight the terror war. And our borders are porous. Most of these miscreants, they come into the motorcycle, they come into the bicycle, and you cannot say whether they are Nigerians or not. Very difficult to win the terror war. It's unfortunate. It is unfortunate.
All right, as much as we hate to go, I think it's a better place to anchor our conversation this evening. Many thanks for speaking with us on the news.
All right, as much as we hate to go.
Thank you for speaking with us, Dr. Bade Ojo, political scientist from the University of Ilorin. We absolutely appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Just